Super fight just ended, and the event's over with. So let's talk about super fight. Like, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning with super fight. We had Anderson Burris versus Suede 7 to kick off the night. Like, initially with that battle, when I saw it on paper, I wasn't hyped for the battle. So, going into it, I was like, this battle's gonna be trash. You know? This is probably like the second time I've actually seen an Anderson Burris battle. Other than seeing Anderson Burris battle J2 at the Crucible. Like, Anderson Burris is funny. He got some bars. He's definitely gonna need more than that. He's gonna need more than just the jokes and the sense of humor to like win battles. Anderson Burris versus Suede definitely wasn't a good matchup. It wasn't. I have Anderson Burris winning. I have Anderson Burris winning the battle. But overall, that battle just wasn't it. Anderson Burris basically used the same predictable angles with Suede that everybody uses with him. Team Homie, him being old, karate, you know. Granted, Anderson Burris was he was funny in the way that he was making the jokes with Suede, because Suede was cracking up at what Anderson Burris was saying. Like, it was one critical part in what Anderson Burris said, though. He said something to the fact of Suede made a song about supposedly fucking his cousin or something like that, and got into that, and then next thing you know, Suede talking about go check out his album. So that was wild. But Suede did address the fact of Anderson Burris putting up that post, and it had a picture of chess on it, and about whether Anderson Burris was a racist. He did address that. Aside from that, like, Suede really didn't say nothing in this battle. He really didn't say anything in this battle. It's like Suede really didn't give real thought with the battle. It was more so it came off like Suede just took Anderson, sent for a check. That's how it's perceived to me. It's supposed to be like a rookies versus vet type situation, but if that was the case, Anderson won far as the rookies. If that's the case, that was the battle that kicked off the night. I don't know. Suede definitely wasn't motivated to battle Anderson Burris. That's really what it comes down to. Suede was not motivated to battle Anderson Burris, and you can tell the way that he's just rapping and nonchalant in the battle. That he's not motivated. I got Anderson winning. I got Anderson Burris winning. Next battle of the night, you had Drugs versus Lou Castro. Now, Drugs versus Lou Castro was the battle that I was looking forward to. Drugs coming back finally. We ain't seen Drugs in what he say, like 7-8 months. You know, if you follow Drugs for our social media, you know you've seen him on Angry Fan and stuff like that in the spaces and the stuff. But Drugs hasn't been battling. Now, come the battle, Drugs came out on fire. High energy, great performance, delivery, moving around, everything that you love about Drugs. So, Drugs had a solid first round. Drugs ended up having an issue with the mic. I think it went down his pants leg, or whatever. They had to, stop so he can handle that with the camera off of him. Lou Castro's basically walking back and forth or whatever in the meantime of that. So then Lou Castro starts to rap. And eventually Lou Castro starts choking. And trying to get it back, stumbling, trying to get it back, and then eventually he got it back, finished off the round. Second and third round, Lou Castro was still stumbling through both of the rounds. He choked in the first, he stumbled through his second and his third. Drugs with the dirty 30 on his return. Drugs dropped the dirty 30 on Lou Castro. If this is the drugs we're going to get from now on in 2022, I'm all for it. Drugs has been fire for the longest. But like Lou Castro said, he tried to play the villain role. Like, people don't like him. And that's definitely not it. Because Drugs is fire as a battler. Drugs also talked about the fact of during the Lou Castro versus Jack Boy main battle, how Jack Boy was talking about he wasn't feeling good, and that, if that was him, he would have stopped the battle. They just would have went straight to the hospital. So he called Lou Castro out on that. He called Lou Castro out on also not repping Showtime Battle Arena, which was supposed to be the league that he was representing prior to, I guess, coming to URL. And why he ain't been back there to help them. And then he said something about the Goonies, basically like Lou Castro left the Goonies, and then I guess to the fact that he took off. Like, drugs, dirty 30 on Lou Castro. Dirty 30. Like a lot of people didn't know that Drugs and Lou Castro was supposed to battle at Chris Brown's house. It ended up being Lou Castro and Franz instead. He mentioned that too. Lou Castro said that was cap. Lou Castro has battled a lot, so you knew eventually he was going to have a hiccup in one of these battles. You knew it was going to come. He's been battling crazy. It's unfortunate that Lou Castro messes up in the battle versus Drugs. It seems like when Drugs battles all his homies, we get the best material from Drugs. When he battled Prep, he gave great material. The one rounder with him and Ryder is really good. I don't know. It's just like a different type of writing and when to deliver when they battle each other. I need that Drugs from now on at every battle. That's how you start your 2022 off, if this is how Drugs is coming. Definitely my performance of the night to start the night off. Then you went into JC versus Chiron. JC versus Chiron. That was a good back and forth battle. I had JC winning 2-1. Then again, that battle was kind of debatable. The battle was kind of debatable as far as JC and Chiron. Chiron did do a little rebuttaling of some things that JC was saying. But I had JC winning. Definitely, that was a good back and forth battle. JC is definitely a wizard with the pen, and he gave you what you wanted in that battle. Chiron gave you what you wanted. You wanted him to freestyle rebuttal and rap. He gave you that. I just think JC did a little bit more in the battle to win for me against Chiron. I won't debate somebody who says that Chiron won. I won't debate that. It's a good back and forth battle, so I won't debate if somebody says Chiron. Chilla Jones versus Sirius Jones, the battle of the Joneses. The fans lost with that battle. The fans lost with Sirius Jones versus Chilla Jones. The fans lost with that battle. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. The fans lost with the battle. Like, I've never watched a battle where a battler is rapping and then they stop and they're trying to explain the bars instead of just continuing to rap, and then y'all have a conversation back and forth. That's what Sirius and Chilla were doing a lot during this battle. The fans lost with this battle. Like, Smack was not impressed. It looked like Smack was over there nodding off, not even paying attention to Chilla Jones versus Sirius Jones. That's just how bad the battle was. They were nitpicking each other's bars and things like that. Like I agree with Cirque when he said that Chilla talked about the quesadilla bar, but then he went on to do a taco scheme. So it's like, for me, this was not it. This was not it, Chilla or Sirius. It was not it. The fans lost with the battle. Like, Chilla, you're coming off back to back to back to back losses now. Tay-Rock, Emerson Kennedy, and now Sirius. Bruh. I need Chilla to get back to Chilla. They don't call you Kingpin for nothing. But something's been off with you. And I think he said about him fighting depression also during the battle. So that might be where, some disconnect is coming. Like, I've never known Chilla to lose battles back to back to back to back like this. Like, this is not the Chilla I'm accustomed to watching. Like, this battle, he was boring and drawn out. Boring and drawn out. That's what Chilla was in this battle. He had bars, but it was boring and drawn out. Sirius had bars, but it was just like, you're hyping your bars when you're saying them instead of just rapping. The in-between stopping and nitpicking and y'all having a conversation in between things, it was just too much in that battle. The fans lost with the battle. I had Sirius winning 2-1, but the fans lost with that battle. And then the main event. Tay-Rock versus Danny Myers. Tay-Rock versus Danny Myers saved this event. I have Danny winning. I have Danny Myers winning. I am not mad if somebody says Tay-Rock. The battle is debatable. But I can honestly say I don't think Tay-Rock expected Danny to come out there the way that he came out there rapping. And the energy and everything that Danny had. I don't think Tay-Rock possibly expected it. I know damn well Surf was looking like, no, this nigga didn't. Like, when have you known Danny Myers to be over here and over there and talking to Surf and then rapping and then like Danny was on it. Danny Myers was on it tonight. I have Danny beating Tay-Rock. A lot of people are gonna talk about the gas. We can talk about that too. The people that was standing behind Danny, it was a few of them that no soon as every time Danny said something, they were reacting. Salute. Like, it was crazy. So I understand the gas aspect when people say about the gas as far as Danny. Danny had bars and was going off. Minus the gas, if you're listening to the bars, Danny had bars and was going off. Like, but the gas was crazy. You know, you ain't got a gas every line. Tay Rock going and saying something to them over there, I don't think he really needed to, because Debo had already said something, you know. Just stay in the battle, focus on the battle. That's what I would have preferred Tay Rock to do instead of him going back and forth with the people behind Danny, you know. But, you know, the funny part is that people want to talk about the gas for Danny Myers, but nobody said nothing with like Tay Rock gases people, or the fact of Surf doing like that on Rock's shoulders or anything. So, hey, say what you want. Danny's on the West, you know. But Danny was out there rapping though. So call it what you want. I have Danny winning. Danny put on a hell of a performance. Like, I would say that Surf, you were saying if he beat Rock, the consensus is looking like he beat Rock. You would come outside. You might have to come outside now, Surf. It was a fire back and forth battle. Definitely, battle of the night is Danny versus Tay Rock. Performer of the night would be Drugs. Like, this event wasn't that great overall. Overall, this event wasn't that great. From the stumbles, chokes, lack of preparation, terrible material, one battle just being trash on both sides, you know, like, super fight overall was not great. You know, you started out halfway good, but you ended on an excellent note with Danny and Tay Rock. But overall, the next super fight gotta be a better. It gotta be better. Better matchups. You know, it gotta be better matchups. You know, on paper, some of these was just questionable. Like, I had a question mark with Suede and Anderson Burris, and then you're saying it's a Ricky versus Vets. Question mark beside it. JC versus Chiron. I had a question mark beside it of why it was on Super Fight, but it turned out being a great battle. I don't know. Smack back to the drawing board with what you're trying to do with Super Fight, because out of five battles, I can only say 2 full battles, being JC versus Chiron and Tay Rock and Danny, were good back and forth. The rest of them were one-sided battles or overall just not good. So that's pretty much what I got to say about Super Fight. Back to the drawing board, Smack. This ain't it.